Hi guys, welcome to my very basic Frost Death Knight guide. I'm going to be going over our main abilities, our mastery, talent choices, honor talent choices, and then our basic rotation for you guys to level with or just follow as you're leveling in BFA. So we'll start with our main abilities. We have about 4 abilities that actually do something that aren't cooldowns. So Obliterate costs 2 runes, does damage, and can get a proc from using auto attacks, which make it so your Obliterate will critically strike. Pretty much if you get a proc, which is, I'll just get it here, hopefully I'll get it kind of soon, and you'll see it on the screen whenever it pops up. So there it is, Killing Machine, you'll see it, Obliterate crits. That's Obliterate. That's all you need to know about it. Next ability is Frost Strike. Pretty much just does frost damage. It's like Obliterate, but does frost damage, and also gives you a rune back, or has a chance to give you a rune back with Runic Empowerment, which is your rune generation source. So whenever you have runic power, you want to use this, and you have a chance to generate a rune. That's about it. Howling Blast applies the disease. That actually does decent damage, and does initial damage to targets around them as well. Not that much unless you have a rhyme proc, which causes it to hit 3 times harder. So instead of hitting for 332, I'd be hitting for about, not sure if it's 1,200 or 900. Not really sure, we'll see when we actually do the rotation. Your other abilities are Merciless Winter, does AoE damage. AoE frost damage to everyone around you, and reduces their movement speed. Your Mastery increases the damage of your frost abilities by 42.4%. Most of your damage is frost damage. Frost Strike, Howling Blast, Frost Favor, and Remorseless Winter are all frost damage, so your Mastery will just buff these abilities. Other than that, Death Strike heals you, AMS gives you runic power, and absorbs magic damage. We'll talk about cooldowns here now. And the only cooldown that you have, or you have 2. Pillar of Frost increases strength, each rune spent increases your strength by additional 1%. The extra 1% is new in there compared to every other expansion. You also have Empower Runic Weapon, or Empower Rune Weapon. Gives you haste, generates 1 rune, and gives you 5 runic power. And once every 5 seconds for 10 seconds. Pretty much just gives you haste. That's the thing you have to take away from it. So those are your 2 cooldowns. We'll talk about talents here now. I think Icy Talons is the best here. Pretty much makes it so it increases your melee attack speed. Your increased attack speed will make it so your Killing Machine procs more, which will in turn make it so you get higher Obliterate hits. People tell me to take Cold Heart. I think it's dog shit, so don't take it. I don't take this either because it's the same thing. So Icy Talons is my go-to here. Murderous Efficiency is my go-to here as well. The more Killing Machines you have, the more chance you have to generate a rune. 50% chance exactly. So whenever you get a Killing Machine and you use it on an Obliterate, you will have a chance to generate a rune back. That's the main reason I take this. I don't think Runic Attenuation is that great anymore because it's RNG now. And then Horn of Winter is just a cooldown. It does give 2 runes and generates 25 runic power, which can be good. But personally, I just like Murderous Efficiency for leveling. Death's Reach because it gives you no cooldown on Death Strike. The 60 row is interesting, and every talent has a place in a certain situation. This makes it so whenever you get Rhyme, which happens whenever you, I believe it's whenever you spend an empowered, oh no, okay, so this, your next Howling Blast will consume no runes and generate no rune power, but deals increased damage. You'll see there it hits for 1.5k. So that'll make it so whenever you use a Howling Blast with Rhyme, it'll do extra frost damage. So we'll show that here. Again, hopefully I get a proc. So Rhyme proc, and now you'll see Icicles fall from the sky and do that extra damage. That's all that does. Personally, I really like Frozen Pulse. When you have fewer than 3 full runes, your auto attacks just deal extra frost damage. Again, that with Icy Talons, which is increased attack speed. I mean, that's just what I'm going to take there. I think it works well. That's my preference. Frost Scythe also has a place in Mythic Plus because you're going to get a lot of Killing Machine procs. And Frost Scythe is a 1 rune Obliterate, which hits targets in front of you in a cone. So, in this situation, I mean, we'll get a rune, we'll get a proc here eventually. This is like the basic rotation you'd be doing, where you just use Remorseless Winter. Use, I guess, Frost Strike to generate rune power. Wow, I haven't gotten one proc yet. Hopefully I get one. Wowie. Unlucky. And I use it. That's shitty. I didn't mean to use that at all. Please. Well, anyway. Any day now. Damn. So this is where, I guess, Frost kind of shows that it can be very RNG. I'll just use it without the empowerment then. So with not killing spree. Goddamn. Killing machine. This is gonna crit for 4 times the damage. I'm shocked I just haven't gotten a killing machine proc yet. Wow. Do I wait this whole time, or do I just use it? Anyway, that would usually crit. There it is. It crits all them for 5k. That's why you want to take Frost Scythe and Mythic. Took a while to show that, but worth it maybe? 75. Death Pact heals you. It's your oh shit heal. Just absorbs healing, but heals you for half your health. Take it all the time. For this row, I really like Gathering Storm. I like that it increases the damage of my Remorseless Winter. I like that it extends the duration. You can do considerable damage in high AoE situations. Other choice would probably be Frostworm's Fury. Just slows them and does a ton of AoE damage. And then Glacial Spike, if you really want to use this, then go for it. I'm not sure how much Razor Ice actually applies a debuff. I believe it's not that much. 23% extra weapon damage is frost damage and increased MG. By 3% stacking up to 5 times. How long does it last for, though? Because it might be good if, like, Razor Ice actually lasts long. Okay, so, like, if you use this, you're just gonna apply Razor Ice to everyone, and that'll just increase the frost damage they take by 15%. And just do frost damage to them in 5.1 second cooldown. But sadly, costs runic power, so it's an AoE runic spender. Which, honestly, might be the best in Mythics, but we'll see how that works, I suppose. But any of these can really work. Personally, when I start doing Mythics, I'll play with my talents a little bit more, see what I like the most, but these are the talents I'm running right now. Something tells me Glacial Advance will be good. For the 100 talent, I really like Obliteration. Any of these talents work. I personally just don't like Ice Cap. It's nice, but I'd rather take Obliteration or Breath of Sindragosa. Breath of Sindragosa just does a ton of damage. Very good for AoE situations. Obliteration makes it so you always proc Killing Machine whenever you use a Rhyme proc or your Frost Strike. You don't even have to use a Rhyme proc. You can just use Howling Blast with Pillar of Frost up and you'll get a Killing Machine proc. So pop this, use Howling Blast, we'll get a Killing Machine proc. So you'll see here, like I can just spam this and just get Frost Scythe crits forever. And this is what's going to be probably strong about Frost. Because I can just spam that forever, but that's something to keep in mind. Breath of Cinder goes on Ice Cap, any of these really work. For Honor Talents, Overpowered Rune Weapon reduces the cooldown and duration of Empowered Rune Weapon by 50%. Just reduces the cooldown of one of your best abilities ever that gives you haste. Tundra Stalker increases the crit chance of Frozen against frozen or mobilized targets by 50% with Frost Strike, and then the Necrotic Ores increases damage you do by 8%, which is just extra 8% damage of Frost. We'll go over the rotation though. We'll go over single target and AoE. For the most part, it's about the same. I'm going to run Frozen Pulse here just because, but for single target, I usually just run in with the Remorseless Winter. You want to get Icy Talons going immediately. You're pretty much all you want to do for single target, I believe, and for this build with Frozen Pulse, is you want to be below 2 runes. You want to refresh your Icy Talons all the time. Whenever it's about to fall off, you just want to press Frost Strike. This is all you do. I mean, it's not the hardest rotation, as you can see, but it's very simple. And I guess it could get more complex when you actually use cooldowns, because when you press cooldowns, I mean, Pillar, Frost, and Power Rune Weapon, you can pretty much just spam Obliterates and Howling Blast and just get tons of crits. And the only thing you have to do is just refresh your Icy Talons proc. And that's where I think Frost is really fun, when you have Pillar of Frost up. And the cooldown on it's not even that long. It's about 45 seconds on your Pillar of Frost, and then your Power Rune Weapon without Honor Talents is 2 minutes, I believe. So this is the whole rotation. you pretty much just obliterate and frost strike whenever you need that stack reapplied for your attack speed. And again, your attack speed will give you more killing machine procs. And I guess if you run this, I mean, you'll get runic power, but I'm not sure how well it really works. And I believe murder sufficiency is just better. I could try it out and see if like the rune generation is actually better. It could possibly be better, but I honestly just haven't tried it. The only thing I don't like about this talent now is the fact that it has a chance to generate runic power instead of just guaranteed runic power generation. And I'd all the time rather have very low guaranteed resource generation than RNG resource generation. So at least I have reliability, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like I'm gonna run out of runic power anytime soon, so maybe it is better. Maybe it is. Anyway, that's talents. AoE, it's like the same thing. AoE, you just do the same rotation, except you, no, it's actually the same rotation. If you took Frost Scythe, you'd want to use that killing machine procs on your Frost Scythe instead of Obliterate, but that's the only change to it, really. Always make sure you refresh your diseases if they're about to fall off and you haven't reapplied them with a Rhyme proc. We'll use cooldowns here just because. Shit, I should have Frost Strike there. So the last thing you want to do is let your, I guess, Icy Talons proc fall off. And this is the AoE situation. The AoE situation, you're always going to want to use your Remorseless Winter and then use a lot of runes, because the more runes you use while Remorseless Winter's up, the more damage it does and the longer its duration. So you'll see there, I mean, it wasn't even up that long, but it's still like one of my top damaging abilities. That's pretty much Frost. In conclusion, just Remorseless Winter before you go in and use it on cooldown, and then just manage your runes in runic power. And Howling Blast whenever you have Rhyme procs, and then don't forget that your cooldowns have a very low cooldown recovery rate. And that's a very basic Frost Death Knight guide. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Don't really care. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching the guide. Hopefully you guys get help from this guide, or it helped you guys out, and I hope you guys enjoy BFA as much as I'm going to. I'm very excited. I'm gonna hopefully have everything max level within the first week, so we'll see what happens. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.